Welcome to How Ines Rolls. I thought today that I would make another soup. We still have some illness now, still going through the house again. So I thought soup would be good and some grilled cheese sandwiches. So I am going to get started. It is a meatball vegetable soup. Doesn't that sound good? I need to get started. Okay, so all I need to do is put a pound of meatballs. Now you can make them yourself, but I work, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy these. I'm gonna use my multi-cooker today because it suggests keeping it going for about 8 hours in my crock pot, but if you've been watching me, my crock pot, even on the lowest setting, is like hyperactive, so it'll cook so fast. So I do want it to cook until like 2 o'clock or so. And so I want to just make sure it goes slow and low. I'm gonna tell you, I'm making a little bit of alterations, but my recipe card will be at the end of the video. So if you love green vegetables, you're going to love this. So it's gonna be about a pound of meatballs and a jar of your favorite marinara or spaghetti sauce. So I'm just going to put that in here. It also calls for 4 cups of chicken stock, and I'm gonna just use some bouillon cubes, throw that in there with 4 cups of water. So this is 24 ounces, so I'm just gonna fill this back up and put it back in and then add a little bit more. So let me go do that. This recipe also calls for some carrots, zucchini, and green beans. So what I am changing out is the green beans because my family won't eat those. So I'm just going to chop up, rough chop these carrots and just put them in the multi-cooker. And instead of green beans, I am going to put in potatoes, but I'm going to do that last because I don't want my potatoes to break down and get mealy in there. So I want them to be like edible. I don't want to make it into potato soup. So I'm just going to get all the vegetables in here first, and I'll show you soon how I'm going to do the potatoes. So let me get the zucchini done and the carrots finished up. It's like I'm trying to do this before I start work in a few minutes. So I'm just trying to hurry it on up. And this is it, you guys. The meatball's in there. It's gonna cook for about, I'm gonna check it after 4 hours or so and make sure everything is looking good. The only thing I'm gonna add, like I said, is potatoes. But when I was explaining this recipe to my oldest son, he kind of sounded like, he said it sounded like Italian chili, which I thought, what a good, comparison. So I'm just going to have this, and I'll show you a little bit more in the next little bit about how I'm going to do the potatoes. So while the soup is going, I thought I would show you what I'm making to take over to a friend's house tonight. It's her birthday party, and so I thought I would help and bring some dessert over by making a semi-version of German chocolate cake. I was in my pantry and I saw that I still had a whole container of this yummy cream of coconut. Now, I've had a couple of you ask, this is not found in the bakery section. It is found in the alcoholic section, in the alcohol section with like some of the salts that they have to put on margaritas and stuff. So this is where I found this, in case you're wondering, but it is all sugar and it is all coconut. So this, I'm going to make a version of a poke cake. So I'm just going to follow the box ingredients for chocolate cake. So easy. So in my greased pan, I'm just going to put in an already made or a prepared mix just from the box, no big deal. And I'm going to call this a chocolate coconut poke cake. Kind of German chocolatey, but so I got milk chocolate because I wanted it to be a lighter chocolate. So it smells good already, of course. And I'm just going to bake it, follow directions as usual. and then get ready for the next step. Okay, I think the cake is all done. Let me go get it. It's nice and hot, smells delicious. Follow the recipe. So you can see I put a little knife in the middle just to make sure it comes out clean. And all I'm gonna do now that it's really hot is start poking holes in it. Now we will let this come to room temperature. Nice and soaked with the coconut, and I can't wait to put the rest on. Okay, I'm all done with work, so I am going to finish this cake, and then I'll show you what the potato, I gotta add the potato into the soup, but let me show you what the soup looks like too, so hold on. So just to remind you, what I did was baked a cake right from the box, and then I poked a bunch of holes in it, and I spread that coconut cream yumminess, wonderfulness all through all the holes. So now it's like soaked through. That's what we want. And so I also have this, just some caramel. I know some people say caramel, and it does say caramel on here, but I always say caramel. So I think it's just depending on where you live or where you're from. So I'm just gonna kind of give it a little squirt all over, so hopefully it gets into the crevices as well. And then just some Cool Whip. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna put on top of this, because it is so good. Right, Ezzy? Mm-hmm. He had some of it, the topping. So I'm just gonna put this all on top, and so our friend is having her 40th birthday party. Yes, I am a couple years, 3 years older than all my friends, but it's so fun to get together. So Paul had thrown me a couple of 40th birthday parties a few years ago. So this is one of our other friends. And so I thought I would just take her this cake. So good. And it's now part of the club to be in the fun 40s. All right. So let's get this going. I'm just gonna top this now with a tiny bit of caramel. So you can see I'm not making anything from scratch, nothing extra homemade, which is really easy, right? Anybody could do this. Get your kids in the kitchen, they could do this too. And so just a little bit of caramel, more like a design. Let me get some more up here. Great. And then I just toasted some coconut. So this is what Ezra was munching on. It was yummy. I certainly love coconut. So I'm just going to top this on and then just put this in the refrigerator, and call it done. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to have with our soup tonight. Oh, yes. Let me show you now the soup. Look at how yummy that looks. Everything's nice and soft. So it took about 4 hours, well, 4.5 hours. And all I'm going to do now is add some cooked potatoes right into it. But I'm going to show you how we do our grilled cheeses. Since it's a little bit past lunchtime, maybe like 12:30 or so, Ezra's already asked me for a grilled cheese. So I just thought I'd show you, because we're going to have grilled cheese later on tonight. I got this loaf of bread from the bakery, but accidentally it's sourdough. Now, I love sourdough, but we're just going to have it for dinner. So I thought I would make it for the grilled cheeses as well. So I'm just putting American cheese on there. I don't normally have American cheese. Cheddar cheese is fine. And I put it in the microwave. I just put it in the microwave for like 15 to 18 seconds. So while that's going, I'm going to butter some bread. So this will cut the time so quickly. And then you can start feeding some hungry kids. See, I've gotten a head start on that melt. So I'm just going to add it I can already hear it sizzling. So I'm going to just add a little bit more butter to the top. And then that way, all I'm doing is toasting the bread. So easy. Now I saw this on some of my favorite Instagrammers do it, and we've been doing it a lot lately with We Make Them, and it is actually kind of a time saver. So just gonna flip it over when it's ready and serve. Super easy way to make a grilled cheese. Don't tell us. I just added some cut potatoes into a little saucepan with some water, and I added a little bit of sprinkle of some sodium-free chicken bouillon that I had. So that way it has some of that flavor. And then I'll just transfer the potatoes that were cooked into the pot with the soup. Just so, you know, I just don't want it to be mealy. So I think this is a great alternative. Okay, I just added the potatoes. They are perfect. And so all I have it right now is just on warm. Nice little warm feature down there, keep warm. And I'm just gonna give it a stir every so often, but I'm gonna dish some up and try a little bit. So let me show you. Okay, I just put a little bit in a bowl. It looks so good, and I can't wait to try it. Okay, I'm so excited. I almost said raise your hand again. Oh my goodness. Let me know in the comments if you have a meatball soup recipe with vegetables. This may be my new favorite. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's got like an Italian flair to it, and the meatballs are like a perfect meat, like a protein for it. The potatoes, I can't wait to eat it all up. This is perfect. It's not salty. I tend to be a little bit sensitive to salt. It is so good. And putting a little of that Parmesan on top, I can't wait. So this is kind of my lunch. It's like about 1:30 right now. So I'm just gonna have this, and then I'm gonna have some more tonight. So with a little square of Ezra's grilled cheese, he didn't eat it all. So lucky me. Well, I'm so glad that you stopped by my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the soup today, and how I made my friend's birthday cake, one of her little treats that will be tonight, I'm sure. And let me know in the comments if you think you're gonna have this or make some of that cake. So easy, all of it's so delicious, and you know what? It's good for you. Well, the soup is. The cake can be a treat for the weekend. I also wanted to let you know that tomorrow I am going live at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I would love to have you come and visit. I'm going to be probably making another treat for our family, but I am so excited to go live tomorrow, and I hope that I'll see you there. So stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Have a great day.